string thing and then that. So you will do differently. You'll say, okay, they'll ask something, but you don't reply immediately. You'll say, let me give you, let me start with some examples to set some context, and so that I can give you better definition. You can say. And start with, let's say, in the scope we know like in JavaScript there are two kind of scope, for example, and then you start example and you give example, and those examples should be proper, concrete, and it has concept hidden in that, and then you define the concept, and then you say that okay, this is the way they access. Therefore I can say that the scope is something which is very limited to the function and limited to the global scope if it is global scope. So that way you basically, this way if you write your resume, and then you will imagine that I am coming up with many responsibility. You will say, if you just list down your topic that you know, and then put some story related to your project that you did, you will come up with very nice resume, and then you are confident. And then if you put this resume to someone, they will ask this thing only, right? They will not ask anything else. And that is what you wanted. You didn't want, okay, I learned the Angular, but I don't know the content projection. I don't know how to do dependency injection in very critical situation. For example, I want to replace some objects, I don't know how to do that. I can't do. So don't put that kind of stuff. If you just put Angular, then you are open now. You don't know from where they will catch you. And that we don't want. Similarly, we learned some of the design patterns, right? So why not put it here? You will say, okay, in our you can say created factory classes for getting products, different kind of products. Suppose I have 10 products in my project, right? I have 10 products, and I did factory classes for them. And then they will ask what kind of factory classes you created. What is factory here? And then you wanted that. You wanted, because you know factory design pattern, and you will say, I wanted this question, and let them ask. Then you will be more confident rather than that resume, right? So that is why I am saying focus more on current project. Don't go beyond your capacity. Don't think also that I have to know everything for your current project. And then see, you learned many things. If you want to see, I did TDD, right? So why not just put something, if you just put TDD, it's not good. You have to say something. You have to say that, okay, I reduced many production bugs by implementing a discipline called as test-driven development. For example, in our Falane module, for example, in our account module, we had hundreds of bugs, and when we did TDD, it went down to 20. Why not put number? It's not wrong to put numbers, not wrong to put some examples. Resume is not something that, okay, I am something object which has some values and properties. It's not like that. You are a human being. You had some emotion, you had some experience with you. And I'm not even saying to put this as a saga or something like that, but make it very terse, just one line or two liner. But that one line should tell you what you achieved. Achievement is very important. And it's not key, I know this many things, I am just like a machine and I have these many properties and these many values and these are my methods. It's not like that. I am a human being, first of all, and I did some of them and I achieved some of them. I contributed for some company and I helped them. And that's how if you think I am helpful for you, you will take me. It's very fair deal. It's not something lying. We are not lying at all. Even though you are making some project, it's not lie. You are doing it. I'm not saying just put anything wrong. Whatever you have done, you know those things only we want to put it. Only thing is like Drishyam mein jab usme kya tha? In Drishyam movie, it's just the dates, he just flipped it, but he worked on all of each and every movement, he experienced those movements. That is what we want. We want to experience those movements. We want to go through all of those topics. For example, you did BDD. You can say, so you can mix and match, right? If you put test already, then don't put again BDD there. You just go some other line and then put here somewhere. And somewhere here you can put implementing BDD to make our test more readable. Right? BDD, what it makes? It makes your test more readable. If you do not have BDD, then what you do? You just put some asserts. You'll say assert dot equal, and this should be equal. And then you put some JavaScript code here. which is not readable. But if you do BDD, then what you do? Let me erase this. This is becoming dirty. So we are discussing how to prepare your resume so that you get the interview to the point that you want. So let's say now I know BDD and I want to get interview towards that side questions, and then I do not want entire BDD questions to come to me. I cannot just write I have experience on BDD and implemented BDD. It's not like that. You may say what you did and what you know. So you could say because you already told that you already know test-driven development and you did some test-driven development. Test-driven development is a methodology to write some software. Right? First you write test and then you fix it and blah blah, all of that, right? To write the test, fix the test so that it pass, and then do some refractory, again fail the test and again pass the test. And you keep doing till you satisfied your code. You say now my code is full, final, and it is good. And then applied BDD, you can write the entire name, behavior driven design discipline. I applied this discipline to make my test more readable, right? And shared with business to improve transparency in team. And this is very vital. This statement is not that simple. Here we are talking about many important concepts. We are saying that why we did this BDD display. Some may ask you why are you just putting in resume because you want to put your resume more strong? No, we are putting actual thing. What we did is, since we were doing test-driven development, there was no discipline and the code was unreadable, test was not readable, right? And then when we started doing BDD, when we started putting describe and then it should be like that, it should be like that, and again describe and then blah blah, then it become more readable, and it sets context when you put describe and then you put some test under that, right? And that way I created a file. It creates a file, right? You saw that HTML file which is more readable. It just put the describe thing at the top line and then it puts the nested way all of the 8 line. I created a report out of it, right? I created the report and shared it with the business. And it is automated. When I check in my code, it creates the results and then it is automated and it goes to the business. And what happened with that? Now business and what is the benefit of BDD, behavior driven design? What is the benefit? Benefit is business, testers, even developers, all of them are aligned. That is the benefit. So far just tester was writing some test which business cannot understand. You have to put some translator between them. They say, okay, you wrote C#, but business will say, I don't know C#. You created some entity, I don't know what is entity. But no, we did behavior driven design. We said that it's not entity, it's not C#, it's all requirement and use case. For example, when in the describe you will say add user component. Let's say I'm describing this, right? So in the describe I'll say, and again I'll say describe and put when add user message comes, message received, let's say. When add user message is received, and in that I'll say it should add user to store. I do something here, and then I'll say it should publish user add user success message. And then when you print it out, it looks like this in the paper. It says what is that? Add user component, and next time it will say when add user message comes, it is in this, and this is very readable. And it's not says that you have a add user function or you call that function and this function called that function. You are not writing like that. You are writing the business use case. You are writing the use case which business can easily understand. Under the hood you are doing many technical stuff, but not. But if you do not do BDD, then what you end up doing is then your test is something like that. Call function and then assert this and then that's it. And you will write something here which is not even understandable. I call this one, which is not clear. There is no transparency. So these are the values that first you need to learn, you need to understand that, and then put some of them in your resume. But I taught you many stuff. If you want to advertise it properly, you are already ready. You do not need to learn anything more. That's how I think. And that's how we did for Rakesh. We didn't put everything for him because it was very less time. For you guys also it's the same story. But you have many things. If I keep writing, I'll put many stuff. For example, we finished BDD, right? We finished TDD. And then you did some of the Angular. You said JavaScript. And you don't know Webpack, I know. But you should do some of the Webpack. That is missing to your side. We'll do some Webpack session.